My name is Lisa, and ever since I can remember, I didn't feel comfortable being a woman. When I was 4 years old, it was the first time I remember not really wanting to be a female. I wanted to be a boy. When I first told anyone in my family, I was 15, and I told my brother that I liked girls, and he told my father, and we didn't go to church. There was no religion or any talk of God. But my mother, she lived in Florida. She was really close to God. My parents decided that I was going to go live with her and that this problem was going to get fixed. My mother was taking me to church all the time. You know, she taped up a couple scriptures on the walls. My thoughts were, I just want to be like everyone else. I don't want to feel this way. When I was 16, there was a guy who was interested in me, and my mother so wanted me to be straight, so my mother signed for me to get married at 16. So I tried to fix myself through that marriage. I still had all those feelings inside of me that I was struggling with. None of that fixed being attracted to women. All it did was left me broken and hurt, and I started getting involved in relationships with other women, and I would go from relationship to relationship. I never believed that what I was doing wasn't sin. I always knew it was a sin. I was trying to put the women in my life in the place where he should have been in. 5 years ago, the company I was working for started offering insurance for people who wanted to transition, and they were covering everything. So 2018 was the time that I decided to transition, to try to be a man. By November, I had my name and gender marker changed. The beginning of 2019, I had a complete hysterectomy. The end of 2019, I had double mastectomy to try to have a chest like a man. I believed I didn't have any worth at all, and that God didn't love me, he didn't want me, so that made it easier for me to just do what I wanted to do and what I thought was right at the moment. Where I worked, we were able to listen to music or audio books, and I just noticed that the stuff I was listening to just kept getting darker and darker. I felt like I should stop listening to that. So I'm like, okay, well, let me listen to the Bible. At that time, COVID had came around. The trans group that I met with, they quit meeting, so that was out of the picture. It was just me by myself listening to the Bible every day. God just started highlighting his love for me and how he really did love me and he did want me. And seeing that what I was doing to my body was wrong, it was going against his will, that I was mutilating the temple of God. I would listen to the Bible and it was changing my heart. I was still dressing like a man and still wearing facial hair and doing those things, but God was doing something on the inside, and I knew things were changing. I started coming to New Covenant and meeting with Pastor Amanda. I went to talk to her, and I'm like, okay, what does God want me to do? What's my purpose? What's his plans for me? But before getting there, I needed my identity. I remember exactly 1 year ago today, many words were given to me from the Lord through people, but the one that just fascinated me and caused wonder in me was someone spoke, "Beautiful daughter of God." Those words really left me in awe, that God would call me his beautiful daughter. God's holy, and he is the standard of righteousness. The Creator has the say over what love is and what's good for us and what's right. And I'm glad that I finally realized that he knows best for me, not me. Now, I do know that I'm a woman, and that's how he created me. And I do know that he loves me and he wants me and he makes me worthy. I see now that there's no way I could ever be a man, and I wasn't meant to be a man. If I was, he would have created me as a man. No matter what I do to my body, and no matter how much testosterone I pumped into it, and even looked like a man and fooled people, all my DNA that he put in me, every cell of my body screams woman, and I'll always be a woman. And I can actually really say now, thank you, God, for making me a woman. Thank you for making me how you made me, for your pleasure and your purpose and just the things that you have prepared for me. And I'm gonna do them as a woman.